Welcome to another short video from Surf and Fly. Here is a video about lost value. So how much value has this Strike V1 from F1 lost over the time? It's the version 1. This is actually so far the only wing I bought new. I bought it 2 years ago. It has performed and served me very well, and it will still continue. And I do educate my students to check the gear after a session and before, but it actually happened to me that during last session that I discovered this rip 5 minutes into the session being underwater, and the wing was completely wet, and I questioned, so do I want to walk in and change for either a 4.2 or a 6 meter? Do I want to continue the session risking that it might rip? And I actually continued. I continued for 1.5 hours in the waves in Hvide Sande, in the white sands, and look at this cut. I don't know how it came, but it has had touched something, either a stabilizer or a branch or whatever. I mean, and it didn't rip further. I have rinsed it, and I will soon patch it from both sides. I will eventually get it done professionally with tape and some stitches, because I really like to be safe than sorry. And how much value has this wing lost because of this rip? I would say almost no value lost. What is it over the time now? This is a wing that has probably had me have 25 sessions approximately. It will still serve, it will still function, it will still perform. When I will sell it one day, I don't know, 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%. You tell me. Bleep bloop it down the comments. And here's another version of a Strike V1. It had 2 repairs that were done professionally, so this is how the other one will be fixed. And the other here on the canopy. Then it had reinforced weak point on the Strike V1s. That's the tandem, that's the harness rope attachment point. The wings, there's simply too little support on the Strikes, so the material gets weak, and actually you can see the bladder from the inside. This has been fixed by a different workshop than the other one. This wing performs very well. I recently found a cut on, luckily, double material, and I have used this wing on the leading, this cut is on the leading edge. Luckily it's double reinforced here. I have used this wing for 2 sessions now, each 1.5 hours, and I will next time have it fixed and repaired. It will be a cut that is repaired, reinforced, but I will be 100% sure that whenever I'm out on the sea, this wing will bring me home. It won't puncture, it won't explode. Some people say if you put spiller tape on both sides, this can last forever. I would say nothing lasts forever, but having it done professionally with tape on both sides, stitched, it for me lasts a lot longer and increases the durability of the wing, and makes me feel safer out on the water. How much has this wing lost in value? Because of 3 repairs, maybe 10-15%. The the biggest factor which devaluates the value of or devaluates the value of all wings and all stuff is actually companies bringing out new gear. So version 2 now of the Strike, now version 3. A lot more companies are out on the market with wings. That is the only actually factor that devalues the wing. As well, of course, the usage of it. I mean, if the material gets weak, if you see white stripes, if it gets too damaged, soft, that it won't perform, then of course this has an effect of on the value as well. This is a huge factor of the product life cycle, but the major component here in devaluating or decreasing the value of the wing is simply the market forces. Capitalism, where companies tend to bring out a new wing each year to increase sales, to bring something new into the market. I mean, it is a sport that is still developing, yeah, that's another video for why we have a, so to say, a life cycle of 1 year, where more or less each product is renewed once a year. But that's the major factor in decreasing a value of a wing. Otherwise, both of these two wings perform very well. The Strike V1 is a fabulous wing, from beginner to advanced, I would even say to expert level. Yeah, I hope you like it, and let me know if there's something else that you would like to see a video on. Otherwise, have fun on water.